You clicked on this video because you've seen it. That moment. Your dog curled up, legs twitching, nose buried under their tail. And you thought, what is actually going on in there? Good news, science has an answer, and it's more fascinating than you think. I've spent years studying canine behavioral neuroscience, and I can tell you with confidence, the position your dog sleeps in is not random, it's a biological broadcast. A real-time readout of their nervous system, their emotional state, and yes, their personality. But here's the thing most dog owners never realize. One of the most common sleeping habits you probably encourage every single night may actually be signaling that your dog feels unsafe. Not unloved. Unsafe. There's a difference. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which position that is and what to do about it. We're going to break down 7 sleeping positions, what they reveal about health and character, and more importantly, what they're telling you right now about your relationship with your dog. Stay with me. Because position number 4, almost nobody gets this one right. Position 1. The cure-old ups donut. Let's start with the one you've probably seen 1,000 times. The donut position. Nose tucked to tail, body curved into a tight circle. This goes back 10,000 years. Before domestication, wild canines slept this way to conserve body heat and protect vital organs from predators. Your dog is running ancient software, but here's what's new. Recent studies in animal behavioral science show that dogs who consistently sleep in this position, even in warm environments, often score higher in anxiety-adjacent temperaments. They're not necessarily anxious dogs, they're cautious dogs. Observant. They read the room before they enter it. If this is your dog, they likely bond deeply with one person over many. They're loyal to a fault, and they almost certainly notice when your energy is off, before you do. The cortisol implication matters here. A dog who never fully uncurls during sleep may have a baseline stress response that's slightly elevated, not a crisis, but a signal. Make sure their sleep space feels truly theirs, no sudden movements nearby, no foot traffic. What you can do tonight, place an unworn t-shirt of yours near their sleeping area. Your cortisol-regulating scent is one of the most powerful anxiolytics available to them, completely free, wildly effective. But now, let's talk about the position that scientists say reveals the most about emotional trust, and it's not the one you'd expect. Position 2, the soup man, Burrower flat, lead splay, Evlees splayed, arms forward, legs back, full belly on the floor. The classic Superman pose. This one is almost exclusive to high-energy, high-drive dogs, puppies, working breeds, dogs who are genuinely exhausted but refuse to fully surrender to sleep. They want to be ready. One ear is probably still tracking noise. Personality red, extroverted, motivated, slightly impulsive. These are dogs who sprint to the door before you finish the word walk. Walk. They love hard, play hard, crash hard. The physiological detail here is interesting. The splayed hip position actually helps them cool down faster after intense activity. The belly has less fur, more blood vessels close to the surface. It's active thermoregulation. If your dog frequently sleeps like Superman, they're almost certainly understimulated if they're doing it before exercise, not after. They need more cognitive load, puzzle feeders, scent work, longer sniff walks. Position 3, the sides looper. This is the jackpot position. A dog sleeping fully on their side, legs loosely extended, belly exposed, is operating from a place of complete neurological safety. No threat detection, no vigilance, just pure parasympathetic nervous system dominance. In co-regulation science, we call this the ventral vagal state. It's the same state humans are in during deep restorative sleep. And dogs only go here when they trust their environment completely. Translation: if your dog sleeps on their side regularly in your presence, you have built something extraordinary with them. That is earned. That is biochemical proof of a secure attachment bond. Side sleepers tend to be emotionally balanced, highly social and adaptable. They're the dog who does well at the vet, at the dog park and on road trips. Their nervous system is flexible, because you've helped make it that way. Here's where it gets really interesting. Because the next position is the one I see owners misread every single time. Position 4, the belly up, legs in the hairs. The hair, the dead bug, the cockroach, whatever you call it. 4 paws in the air, belly completely exposed. Most people think, my dog is so comfortable, so happy. And sometimes, yes, but not always. Here's the science. The belly is the most vulnerable part of a dog's body. Major organs, minimal skeletal protection. Exposing it completely is an act of radical vulnerability. In dog social dynamics, this is also a submissive signal. I'm no threat. I trust you completely. So what does it mean when your dog sleeps this way regularly? Personality. Confident, but deeply bonded to their humans. Not dominant. Secure. These dogs have processed their social hierarchy and are completely comfortable being at the bottom of it. They don't need to protect themselves. Because you do. The thermoregulation point is also real here. The paw pads and belly skin are primary heat release zones. Dogs who sleep belly up are often slightly warm and self-cooling. But here's the flag. If a dog who never used to sleep belly up suddenly starts doing it frequently, combined with other behavioral changes, appetite shifts, lethargy, that's worth a vet conversation. A dog who loses the instinct to protect their ventral region can occasionally signal neurological or pain response changes. Most of the time, it's just a happy, trusting dog, but you should know the difference. We're halfway through, and the next 3 positions. This is where character really comes out. Position 5. The back toe back. Pressed against you, your dog, your leg, fused together on the couch. This is called contact sleeping, and it is one of the most neurologically loaded behaviors in the human-dog bond. When 2 mammals sleep in physical contact, their heart rate variability begins to synchronize. Their cortisol levels regulate each other. This is co-regulation, and it works both ways. You calm them, they calm you. Studies from the University of Vienna have shown that the oxytocin released during eye contact with your dog mirrors the same bonding chemistry between human mothers and infants. Contact sleeping triggers a similar loop. A dog who consistently chooses to press against you during sleep is communicating one thing clearly: you are my safe base. Personality read: deeply empathetic, emotionally attentive, likely a Velcro dog breed. Think Vizslas, Labs, Goldens. These dogs track your emotional state constantly, and sleeping against you is how they stay plugged in, even while unconscious. Position 6. The lion's post. Head on paws. Upright. Chin on paws. Eyes half open. Resting, but watchful. This is the guardian sleep, and it reveals something profound about certain dogs' sense of identity. Dogs who frequently sleep in the lion's pose, especially near doorways, at the top of stairs, or facing the entrance of a room, have a deeply ingrained protective instinct. Herding breeds. Livestock guardians. Some terriers, they're not fully asleep. They're in a light REM state, monitoring low-frequency sound, running a background process of environmental threat assessment. Personality: serious, responsible. The dog who always knows where every family member is in the house. They are not anxious, they are purposeful. There is a difference. If this is your dog, honor it. Don't drag them away from their post. Give them a bed near the door if that's where they position themselves. You are not feeding a behavioral problem. You are respecting an ancient biological role that brings them genuine meaning. Position 7. The Burrower. Derrick blankets under pillows. The dog you cannot find, because they've excavated their way under 3 blankets and a throw pillow. This is the deep pressure therapy position, and it's not just preference. It's neurological need. Burrowing activates the same proprioceptive pressure receptors that weighted blankets target in humans with anxiety or sensory processing differences. The sensation of gentle pressure across the whole body, particularly the back and sides, directly downregulates the sympathetic nervous system. Less cortisol, more melatonin, deeper sleep. Breeds who burrow most: dachshunds, literally bred to go underground; terriers, small hounds. But any dog can be a burrow. Personality: sensitive, introspective, often misread as needy. They are not needy. They are highly sensory. They feel everything more intensely than the average dog: sound, light, temperature, your emotional shifts. These dogs need gradual exposure to new environments, not flooding. They need predictability, and they need you to understand that what looks like drama is actually a more complex nervous system working overtime. The burrower is often the most emotionally intelligent dog in the room. They just need the world to be a little quieter. Now, before we get to the final insight that ties all of this together, I want to address something that almost no one talks about: the sleep change signal. Pay attention to changes in sleeping position, not just the position itself. A dog who suddenly starts sleeping far away from the family may not be independent. Their cortisol may be elevated. Something has shifted in their sense of safety. A dog who stops sleeping in their usual position after a veterinary visit, a move, or a new addition to the household is giving you behavioral data. Their nervous system has registered a threat or disruption. The science is clear. Chronic disrupted sleep in dogs is linked to increased pain sensitivity, faster cognitive decline in senior dogs, and heightened fear responses. Sleep is not passive recovery, it is active neurological consolidation. If your dog's sleep changes, and it persists for more than a week, that is worth attention, not panic. Attention. Here's what I want you to walk away with. Your dog cannot use words, but they are communicating constantly in the way they position their body, in the corners they choose, in whether they press into you or sleep 3 feet away. Learning to read those signals, that's not just interesting trivia. That's the foundation of a relationship built on genuine understanding, not just affection. You now know what the donut reveals about caution, what the side sleeper says about trust, why the burrower isn't being dramatic, and why that belly-up position is one of the greatest compliments your dog can pay you. Tonight, when your dog settles in, watch them. Really watch them. And ask, what are they telling me right now? The answer is already there. If this gave you a new way to see your dog, hit subscribe, because every week we go this deep into the science of who your dog really is. And right now, the video you should watch next is the one on eye contact. Specifically, why holding your dog's gaze for 7 seconds triggers the same hormonal response as a hug. That one will change how you interact with them forever. And before you go, drop your dog's name in the comments below. Tell me, what position do they sleep in? I read every single one. Let's figure out what your dog is telling you together.